Social media, gift or poison? I'm sure if you're like me, you've had lots of friends who at some point have said, I'm dropping out of social media or I'm going to take a break, social media cleanse, that kind of thing. And that really comes out of, I think, our experience with social media. I've done a lot of thinking about its impact on us emotionally, psychologically, but also cognitively. Like what's it actually doing to us? Did a little bit of research lately into the data around this. So, for example, the most meaningful things that get posted, the most engagement tend to be about 7 to 15 seconds long, the sort of posts that get the most involvement from people and interaction. But in fact, like in Instagram, most people, or roughly half, drop off at about the 3 second mark. And then in TikTok, the average length of view is less than 3 seconds. What's that doing to us cognitively, and what happens inside of us? In this particular prompt, we're going to eventually encourage each other to talk to social media as if it were a person. But first, I want us to take a little bit of time to reflect on what actually happens inside of us as we engage with social media. And I want us to think about it this way. And so after shutting this down or perhaps pausing it, take a little bit of time to think about two aspects. Maybe the gift side of social media, which is the side of social media that might inspire or draw us to our true selves or to an authentic connection with however you understand what's really real or the divine or mystery. Feelings of groundedness and being our true selves, of more energy and capacity, etc., versus what might be happening inside of us as we engage with social media. What aspects of social media might do the opposite, might pull us away from our authentic selves or a sense of deep connection with other people or with mystery or however we might understand reality or the divine, leaving us with a sense of lethargy and apathy, depression, lower self-esteem, lower energy, etc., disconnected with ourselves, a sort of vague sense of anxiety. So that's the poison side, right? Gift or poison with social media. Just think about the kinds of engagement we have. What are the aspects of social media that cause the gift for you, that deeper sense of connectedness and groundedness, or pull you away from that, the poison side of social media? You might want to just take a few moments and even create sort of a two columns and just brainstorm for a little bit. What are the aspects of social media that do that? And then maybe think about some things, take a few moments to think about your actual involvement with social media, the things you actually do, your habits, daily usage, what you tend to do, where you tend to go first, how much time you spend, what you prefer to do, etc., both in how you consume it, but also in terms of what you post, what you look for. But then also think about it for perhaps from this lens. That's kind of the general thing, but think about what's going on inside of you before, like as you're picking up your phone or however you access social media, what's already going on inside of you as you're getting ready to open that phone and check in on Instagram or TikTok, Facebook, whatever you might be using, or all of them. And so beforehand, what's already starting to happen, what's going on inside of you, and then during, as you're engaging, consuming or posting, what's starting to happen inside of you, and then afterwards, after you shut it down and move away to something else, what is happening inside of you? Just take some time to reflect on those things and maybe make some notes or that sort of thing. That's the aspect leading up to the actual prompt, the aspect of really tuning in to how social media is affecting us, what's going on inside of us, and again, emotionally, psychologically, relationally, cognitively, what's happening to us. And then the actual prompt is, now having processed all of that, and again, if you need to pause and do that, please take time to do that. But having done that, reflecting on all those things, getting a sense of awareness of what's happening inside of us, imagine that social media is a person. and you're going to communicate with social media like a person. Maybe you're going to DM social media. However it is, maybe you're going to sit down over coffee or something like that, and you're going to actually talk to social media about what's going on inside of you. What are the things you'd want to say, and what emotions go with that? Is it going to be more like a rant? Is it going to be a petition, a hey, please? Is it going to be a request? Is it going to be just, hey, I really need to open my heart about some things, and I'm sure you don't mean it like this, but what kind of conversation is that going to be? What do you want to say to social media? So, for example, I wrote sort of an open letter to social media, basically saying, hey, would you reconsider like the things you use to determine your algorithm? Could you just change your algorithm to favor like deeper connection instead of shorter and things like that? I won't go into a lot of detail, but that was what I started to talk to social media about. And then after that, after you imagine it as a person and you imagine what you want to say and all that kind of thing, take a few more moments just to pause, and I would suggest just getting really quiet and just waiting to see if something, for those of you who are singers, songwriters, poets, painters, artists, comedians, whatever you may be, to kind of see what bubbles up in terms of how you want to express something in terms of your relationship with social media. So it could be based on the conversation you had. It could be based on what's happened inside of you. It could be some like sarcastic, comedic sketch that you want to do, but just something to sort of capture what may be going on. But again, I really advise you, rather than just sort of jumping into trying to make something out of those notes, to just sit with silence for a little while and see if something even entirely different bubbles up. So social media, gift or poison, maybe we can add some gift into the poison, and maybe we can protect ourselves and extract some of the poison along the way as we do this. So I hope you enjoy the prompt, and yeah, let us know what might emerge from this. Look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.